Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing with you these 4 lipsticks. These are the Makeup Revolution Life on the Dance Floor lipstick collection. So Makeup Revolution done a collection called Life on the Dance Floor, and there were 4 palettes and then 12 lipsticks within the collection. So I've shown you 3 of the 4 palettes in that collection because I only bought 3 out of the 4. So I'll leave those linked down below if you want to check those videos out. But so these are the lipsticks that correspond with those palettes. So there are 12 lipsticks altogether. There's 3 in each set that correspond to a palette, but I decided to only get 1 from each collection, pretty much because basically each one was sort of like a different colour family, I guess, and so I felt like I didn't really need all 3 lipsticks from each set, and pretty much I just wanted them 1 for each of the packaging. So speaking of which, I will start with the packaging themselves. So each one comes in these glitter packaging, so it's a smooth glitter, so it's not going to rub off or anything like that. It has the name of the lipstick on the side there, and not that you can really see that, and then also the shade name on the bottom with the colour there, and then these are the shades inside. So you get a decent amount of product, usual amount of lipstick product. So this one is part of the gold collection, which is part of the V.I.P. It corresponds with the V.I.P palette, so the gold one. Then you have the rose gold packaging, is part of the guest list set. Then the silver packaging is part of the after party set. And then the black glitter packaging is part of the sparklers set. So as I said, so the sparklers palette, which is the black one corresponding to this, is the one palette that I didn't actually get. But you can, if you want to find images of it, I'll try and see if I can find, well, I'll leave a link to the actual palette on the website, and then I'll leave that down below if you want to check that one out. But as I said, that's the one that I never actually got, so I can't really show you. So pricing wise, they are all £3 each, which is pretty standard for any or the majority of the lipsticks on the Tam Beauty website. I think the only other ones that are more than £3 are their Renaissance lipsticks, and I believe those are £4 each. So I'll quickly go through the lip swatches because I already done them in advance. And now I will go through each shade and swatch them on my hand as well. So the first one, which was part of the guest list set, is in the shade Head Turner. So it's more of a deeper nude, I guess, compared to, yeah, it's definitely a bit darker compared to the exclusive nude. So I'm just going to swatch this on the back of my hand and show you. So that's how it looks. So it's got more sort of, it's very brown but more mauve in there is how I describe it. So it's a very sort of standard neutral colour. It'll be great for a lot of skin tones, I would say. As I said, there was 3 lipsticks in each set, and this was the one that sort of called to me the most, I guess. And so this is the one I chose out of that set. As I said, it's got more sort of mauve brown undertones to it, which is something I usually go towards. Then the one that's in the silver packaging, After Party, this shade is Not Going Home. And so this is more of your sort of classic red, I would say. So it's sort of a bit more vibrant. And that's the thing, because when I looked on the website at the 3 silver packaging set shades, so the After Party set, so this one was more sort of, it was a bit darker than the other 2 reds, so I think one of them was more sort of orange toned, and that didn't really take my fancy. I can't remember what the other one looked like, but this one, yeah, sort of more, it's more of your classic reds, can go with pretty much anything, I'd say. Then the gold packaging lipstick, which was part of the V.I.P set, and this one is called Exclusive. So that's that there. As said, so it's a lighter nude to the guest list one. So yeah, the guest list pulls more mauve in there, whereas this is more of a sort of a lighter brown, and this was actually the darkest out of the 3 shades in the VIP set. So if you wanted a lighter nude than what this would be, then obviously the other ones in this VIP set would be one you would want to check out. So yeah, this is sort of still quite a nice everyday shade for most skin tones. And then the last one that's in the After Party set, this shade is called Funk You, F-U-N-K. So this is more, obviously it's a lot darker than this red here. So it's got more sort of, well, it pulls a lot of burgundy, let's put it that way. But on the lips it's a bit lighter, because I think, to be honest, I think that's because of the lip liner I use. So this is the Evanescence? This is the Essence lip liner in Ready for Red. So because I used this lip liner, it's made my lipstick a bit brighter. So if I used a darker lip liner, then it would probably come off a bit darker on my lips. So that's how it looks on the back of my hand. And formula wise, I mean, they're all coming off sort of glossy on the back of my hand. But when I look at, for example, the Sparklers lipstick on my lips, it sort of comes off very matte. Well, more matte than what's on the back of my hand, if that makes sense. It's not fully matte, so it's not exactly drying or anything. So formula wise, they do last quite well. I mean, one of them, I think I had it on for at least 4 or 5 hours until I had something to eat, and then it sort of rubbed off a little, but most of the colour was still there. So they do last quite well, and obviously especially with a lip liner, that will help hold it in place a bit better. So just to compare the dance floor lipsticks in regards to the actual shade colours, compare them to the other lipsticks that I have from Makeup Revolution. So if you're thinking about getting these but you're not too sure, and if you might already have one similar to it, then yeah, basically I'm going to let you know what would be similar. So this is part of their Rose Gold collection, and this is the shade Chauffeur. So that's how it looks there in the tube, and I'll quickly swatch it on the back of my hand. So that's Chauffeur there. So as you can see, it's pretty much, there's not much difference, let's put it that way. I'd say maybe Chauffeur is maybe just a fraction lighter. I'll show you in the actual tube itself. So yeah, Chauffeur is just slightly lighter than, no sorry, actually looking at the tubes here, Chauffeur looks like it's a bit darker, but on the back of my hand it was the other way around. So that's a bit confusing, but yeah, so that, I mean, they are pretty much very, very similar there. So if you're thinking about getting this one but you already have Chauffeur, then maybe you wouldn't need to get this one. And then a bit of shade comparison for the Sparklers lipstick, so Funk You. I have 2 shades here. So the bottom one here is part of their £1 collection, and this is in the shade Reckless, and that's that one there. So it is very close. I'd say Funk You is probably a bit, once again, a bit darker than Reckless, so it certainly pulls more burgundy. Well, they both look very burgundy, but Funk You one is certainly a bit deeper than Reckless, but it is very close once again if you've already got that one. And then the one that's on top here is Freedom Pro Butters Lip Gloss in TGIF? Is that one there, and that's on top there. So that is pretty much dead on the same. So if you already had this one and you're thinking about the Funk You lipstick, then obviously this is pretty much bang on the same colour. So I tried to find some comparisons for the After Party lipstick, but there wasn't any that sort of were true enough to the colour itself, because the After Party one is very vibrant, and there wasn't really much in my own collection that really was sort of come off enough the same. So the two I've got here, this bottom one here is once again in their £1 collection, and this shade is called Lady, and so it's similar. It is very close, so I'll say that is the closest that I found in my own collection to that shade. But then one shade that I found that is pretty much very the same as Guest List, is it exclusive? No, Head Turner lipstick, was this shade here. So this is once again in their Iconic Pro range, and this shade is Looking Ahead. So I'll quickly show you side by side. So those are the two side by side, and on camera they look slightly different, but when you swatch them on, when I've swatched them on my hand, they pretty much pull off the same colour. So yeah, if you already had the Looking Ahead lipstick, then this shade here, Head Turner, would probably pretty much be the same. So I hope this video was helpful in some way, especially with the shade comparisons and everything. So once again, I'll leave them links below where you can find them, and they are all £3 each. So they are the Life on the Dance Floor collection of lipsticks, and the palettes are £10 each. So as I said, I'll leave all the palette links of my videos in the description as well. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you next time. Bye!